Hello my friends, welcome back to my 4-Star School YouTube channel. And in today's lesson, I'm going to talk about the bottom navigation bar. So before we start, I would like to thank those people who subscribe to my channel and thumbs up my video. And I really appreciate your support. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification. I will continue uploading the awesome Flutter tutorial either on these basic widget introduction and also those building app from the scratch. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So first I'm going to teach you how you can write down your own bottom navigation bar without import any library. I know there are lots of awesome Flutter library can build very beautiful bottom navigation bar, but in this video I'm going to teach you the very basic bottom navigation bar, and you can also customize it. So let's open our Visual Studio Code and open our Android emulator. So as you can see here, and I have set up my very basic project, and just have this material app, and inside material app I have a scaffold, and I have the center widget, and also inside the center widget I have my text widget, which is this bottom navigation bar. Okay, so we'll start from this point. You may notice we have already talked about the scaffold widget in our last video. So in this video, I'm going to create a custom bottom navigation bar by implement the scaffold widget. The reason I choose scaffold widget because I need to maintain it is index, right? So you can imagine you have a 5 items in your bottom navigation bar. So you want to choose different items like home icon and setting icon, and you want to depend on what user choose and render different page. So you need to keep track of this index, right? So that's the reason I'm going to use this scaffold widget to keep track this index. So here I'm quickly build refactor the code here, and inside this home page I will probably delete all of those, and I'm going to create a scaffold widget, and I just name it my custom bottom navigation bar. Okay, so I don't think I need the constructor for now, and also I will place my class in here. Then I just say, then I'm going to also return my scaffold here, and inside this scaffold we have this bottom navigation attribute, right? So inside this bottom navigation attribute we need to parse the bottom navigation bar class. So as you can see, when you move your mouse, you see it actually accepts a widget. So, and we will probably use the bottom navigation bar widget, which is already defined by Flutter SDK. So we will choose a bottom navigation bar, right? So we decide this bottom navigation bar, and inside the bottom navigation bar, we need to parse some items. So the required one is this list of bottom navigation bar item. So we must need to pass these items. So inside these items, I just quickly define a list of our bottom navigation bar item. So I will choose bottom navigation bar item, and it actually is a list, right? So inside this, I could define this bottom navigation bar item here, and inside this one, and we can see when you move our mouse, we have an icon attribute which is required, and also the title and label. So here the title, I will probably use our icon widget. You see, because we can pass any kind of widget, so I would like to use our icon widget icons, and would like to use this man, and also I will simply another attribute would like label, and we will say it's our home. All right, so this is our first bottom navigation bar item, and we can just copy and paste and duplicate this and just change the icon, and probably I change this to business, and also here change to business, and here we'd like to change settings. Okay, so here also settings, and then the last one would be school. Maybe I choose this to school, and text also change to school. Okay, then we save. So by default, those icons will have a white color, so we will probably implement another attribute called selected icon color, and I will probably give color, and I will choose to, and I save, and now you're able to see my icons here, but it's still hard to see. The reason because by default, if our icon is greater or equal than 4, by default you will apply the bottom navigation bar type to this shaping, right? So if I change to fixed, and you're able to see this icon, and okay, so I need to change the type to bottom navigation type fixed. So when I change this type to fixed, you're able to see those icons will unselect will be black. So I save it. You see, when I change this type to fixed, those those bottom item, if I haven't select, will be black. You may notice when I actually click this business icon, so the color won't change. So the reason is we haven't set up our index. We didn't manage our index state, right? So I want, when I select the index, and I will change this icon color as well. So in here I will probably define our index. So, and inside our state, and I will define this index, and we'll call select index, and we'll set default to 0, and also on this bottom navigation bar, when you move your attribute, and you will see there is a on tab. Function. So we probably will input this on tab function, and we will like on item tab, right? So we'll write down this function and trying to change our index. So inside this one, we will just call set state, and change our to index. So the index will pass from here, because you see when you move your mouse, you see on tab will actually receive this integer parameter, which is current index. So we are going to call this one, and when we on tab, we will change the index. So how are we going to show the different index? And we were going to fill out, it is another attribute, which is a current index, right? So the current index will default set to 0, which is our home icon. We need to also set to our selected index. So I select it, and so I save it. Now you see I'm able to change those icon color now. When I choose this business, you see the business change to orange, the setting, and as well as the school, right? So now I'm able to change those colors. As I mentioned before, if you define your bottom navigation bar item like more than 4 items, by default you will have this shifting type, right? So what's this shaping type actually does is, so I can give these a bottom navigation item another attribute, would be the color, background color attribute. So in this background color attribute, and I can give another color. So I need to so probably I'll give the red color, and also I will change the business as well, and I'll give the yellow, and also copy, and I would like to change this setting as well, and we'll give it a green color. And last one is this school, and also give the blue color. So I save it, and you'll see. So, and also we change this bar type to shaping, right? So when I change this to shaping, by default those label will be hide, and also the icon will turn to white, you see. And I tap this home, you'll see this is a shaping effect. Those icon will little bit away from this home, right? You see when I click here, those icon will be a little away from this business. You see this setting and also this school, right? We could also remove the select color because it's kind of ugly, and so when I click again, yeah, this one now it looks better, and when you click it, you will show it is labeled, and also make this a little bit shaping effect, right? Okay, next I'm going to talk about how we can render different page when we choose different bottom navigation bar item. So first we move those background color, and we will go back to our original one, which is the fix, because the default we have more than 4 items, so I will probably delete one of them, and also remove this shaping, and I uncomment this selected color. So when I save it, you'll see by default it will be a fix. So when I click it, it doesn't have any animation, right? So this is our original state, and I'm going to implement. So when I click this button, and the page will show like home text, and also when I click the business button, the home page will show the business. So in order to achieve this, we need to define a list of like page we're going to show inside this scaffold, because you know the scaffold we have this body attribute. So inside this body attribute we can pass a list of objects, right? Remember? So outside here, and so first I remove it, and outside I will declare a list of widgets, and I will call page, and also inside this one I will give a different text. So first one will be home page, and then would be, I think it's a business page. So the next would be the setting page. Okay, so I save it, right? And so I'm going to implement this body attribute. So I will move. You see, I need to, this body will actually accept a single widget, right? So I just pass this page. So I will make it private. I just pass this page, and also I will assign my selected index, right? So by default it will be 0. So the first page will be select. So the home page will be render. Okay, it actually shown on the top left, so it's hard to see. I may probably wrap this with our center widget. So I save, and you will see the home page will show on the center of the screen. So I change this. So when I click the bottom navigation bar, this business icon, you will see the page will be changed to business page, and as well as this setting, right? Okay, that's our basically bottom navigation part with different pages, right? So you could also make your custom widget or custom page, and just replace the text widget here and to render a different screen. Okay, let's go back to our agenda. Here I list out some like an attribute you can use inside this bottom navigation bar to even customize your bottom navigation bar. So, and here I list out some of them, and I will going to show some example how to use them, and you can go to the official documentation and trying to find those attributes, and you can try it yourself. So the first one is we can change this bottom navigation bar the background color, right? So inside this bottom navigation bar we have a background color, and so the background color actually accept this color class. So we just change it to probably red. Okay, but you know, it's weird. The yellow is good. Not bad. Okay. So you know we can change its background color by specify the background color attribute, right? So I just remove. Okay, and then we can also change this icon size, and we could have this icon size. We could probably change to 40, and you will see this icon will be much bigger now. Okay, so I just comment out. And also we have this mouse cursor, right? And we can specify the mouse cursor attribute, and by here we need to pass this system mouse cursor, because this is an abstract class mouse cursor. You need to pass its trial class, and inside this one we have a lot of different static attribute you can use. So here I just choose this grab, so you will show a little handshake. Yeah, it's hard to see in here, but it actually will show a small hand. Okay, I think it doesn't work in my laptop. I don't know why. Grab. Yeah, it actually will show the little handshake grabbing. Try. That still doesn't work. Okay. So you know we have this kind of attribute, and you can test it on your own laptop. Okay, so the next would be the selected font size, and selected icon theme, and selected icon color, and selected label style, right? So you can customize the selected item based on those attributes, and also it has this unselected attribute. And also if you didn't want to show this label, you can set this show unselected label to false, right? Because I don't want to see those label, and so you can set to false. Alright, so I save. This label will be high. Those label will be high. Okay, this looks more beautiful than before, right? And also you can try those custom attribute on yourself. So the next one I'm going to talk is this state management, right? So if we were using this list of widget, so when I change to another page, I will lose the previous page's state. So you may, let me give you an example. So in here I just change it to a test field, and inside I will probably do nothing. So I save. Okay, it shows here, and for example, I just type the home, and I go to my second page and go back. You see my current state will lose. So how we can solve this kind of loop state problem? So we're going to use another widget which is called indexedStack. So by using indexedStack, we will solve this problem and we can manage our state. So in body here, I will probably replace this page by our indexedStack, right? So inside indexedStack we have these two attributes. The first one is trial, and then I think is this index. So in index we can just pass selected index. So for the children we will probably pass those three here, right? So I save. You see it still achieve the same effect, but you won't lose our state. So here I just type the home, and I change to another page, and I go back. You see our homes, this stays still in our index this page, right? So I recommend you combine your bottom navigation bar with this indexedStack. So you may notice we using the center widget, but our text is not aligned in the center. So what's happened? So if you move your mouse in this index the star, you will see this align will default to align directional top star. So you just need to change to center, right? So I'm going to choose this alignment to center. Okay, so we're going to choose it to center, right? So I comment and save it. Now you see it back to center again. So the reason is by default you will align those to top star. Okay, so you see by combining with this index there, we can save our state. Right, by going to another page and go back, our current state is still there. Okay, I think that's all for today's lesson, and I hope you learn a lot from this video and you get a more understanding of this bottom navigation bar. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and thumbs up to my video. I would be really appreciate. I will keep uploading my latest video next 2 days. So thanks for watching. See you next time.